Hello there, Libra. Welcome into your weekly reading. This will be for the week of April 7th to the 13th. As you can see, I did pre-pull 3 Queen of the Moon Oracle cards to begin your reading, so let's jump into them. We're beginning from left to right with the Peace card, Power card, and Self-Love. I honestly did your reading completely in full yesterday, but the ending point of Mercury retrograde was leaving me reading so robotically and kind of off, so I'm just redoing it for you. Okay, only the quality for my Librans. But in that last full attempt, and again in this one, I'm getting from self-love, it's going to be a week where you're loving on yourself. You're taking good care of yourself. You're wanting to improve things in regards to that, especially in regards to how you're feeling. But it seems to be a week as well where people are paying close attention to you. People may be wanting to support and or love on you as well. But I'm getting from these flowers here, it will be a week where you will be experiencing different levels, different forms of blossoming. A sense of this being a period where in certain ways you're experiencing the new, and in other ways you're being prepared for the new that lies around the corner, on the horizon in a sense. But it feels like this is a time where Spirit very clearly is pushing each Libra in this collective to pat yourself on the back, to give yourself the accolades that you don't always or in general receive from other people, situations, commitments within your life. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is a week where in certain ways you have to do that for yourself, to keep on moving forward and to be proud of yourself and whatnot. But then in other ways, or maybe in a different situation, you're then receiving the accolades or the praise, the compliments, the love in a sense. You know what I mean? But moving on to this side of the reading, we have peace. So don't be surprised when it ends up being a week where you need to prioritize your peace 1000%. I'm not saying this isn't going to be a week where you're busy at times. I'm not saying it's going to be a week where you're not naturally peaceful. But they're saying it's going to be a time period where regardless of what you're wrapped up with, regardless of what you're doing and or not doing, you're needing to make sure your peace is up there on the priority list. So then Spirit's saying you're then able to produce and accomplish, you're able to develop and connect with people more efficiently. You're able to more so smoothly and maybe in a fleeting way make decisions and choices, changes. Moments when, let's just say, you're trusting your intuition because you're more peaceful. Have you ever been stressed out or not at ease, not in a peaceful state of being, and then you try to trust your intuition and it feels very back and forth, there's questioning, that it's not really coming to you as easily. And the same goes for when Spirit tries to communicate with you. When you're at ease, when you're peaceful, it's a hell of a lot easier to get through to you. But moving on to the Power card, okay, there will be some peaceful experiences throughout the week that feel enlightening, that feel rewarding in and of itself. But it's interesting we didn't start with the Power card, but it is the center of your reading because it's meant to be a very empowering, very powerful kind of period for you where you are stepping into each and every accomplishment, connecting, experience once again with an open outlook, an open perspective, but still having certain levels of expectations with yourself, for yourself and otherwise. But it seems to be that this is creating somehow levels of peaceful power within your energy fields. And if you're putting yourself out there, say vulnerably into the spotlight, the limelight, like online or something of the sort, could be through your business, through work, opportunity, otherwise that you're going after, there's something about the way that you're putting yourself out there, maybe what you're otherwise throwing out there into the universe and how that's being perceived in a very pure, genuine, powerful, even advanced kind of experienced light. There's a sense of people feeling at ease when you're around. And if there are certain moments where your energy is being perceived as a little bit maybe anxious, on edge, I'm hearing the word pacing, a little bit fidgety, I don't see that being your energy. So if that comes to be, it feels like you're at least partially an empath, where other people's energy, even in the spiritual realm, can affect you in that sense. So it ends up being a week where, if that comes to be, randomly, it's not your energy, And it's not up to you to get other people to understand this. Just move right along. Move right along. The Five of Pentacles, you're going to feel like it's a week where you don't fit in with everybody in each moment, in every moment. You don't feel like each situation that you're wrapped up with, committed to throughout that period, ends up being super fulfilling or providing you everything you deserve. Why is this? Because you're needing to reevaluate, you're needing to be completely real and honest with yourself. While maybe at certain other points you're just end up getting your voice out there in a very honest light in order to strategically help other people. But it really does feel like this is also a time where you're thinking, I don't have all of the finances I need for this in order to make, this decision, this change. I then have to invest in this in the near future, which is going to leave me getting ahead, but then setting myself back even further. They're saying don't stress the coming and the going, the ebb and the flow of your abundance at this time, for everything is going to come in and leave exactly as it's meant to. Everything. The Star card, because it feels like you are honoring yourself as the star that you truly are becoming more than ever in this lifetime, while people are viewing you, Libra, as a star in the making as well. Somebody who has this star-like, shimmering, radiating kind of quality about them, where you touch something and it's almost like a Midas touch, where whatever that ends up being turns to gold. But in this case, throughout this week, it feels like, okay, maybe that could be the case for you individually. But you touch something, you apply yourself towards something, you give it a little bit of Libra energy, and it really churns brighter. It churns to, okay, yellow gold is what I'm hearing. It's more of the sense of you brightening something up, you giving it that starlight quality. It's almost like a little bit of your energy seeps into whoever you're connecting with, whatever you're creating, developing, accomplishing, improving, you name it. But also, in the midst of this week full of self-love and quality success, you're needing to recognize where your wishes, goals still feel accurate for you, right? In alignment, especially in regards to where you wish to see your path heading moving forward. And where does one in particular, one wish, goal of yours, or maybe multiple, feel out of alignment? It's not to say you have to ditch or throw away that complete dream or goal of yours, if not multiple once again, but it may be something where you're saying, okay, the overall vision that I had for, say, my career makes sense still, but certain details within that vision that I had need to be tweaked, need to be adjusted to maybe, again, feel more in alignment with who you're becoming, and absolutely to make sure that it's in alignment with where you want your path to head, to be more like. But a Tower moment for the future is going to really be on the mind, as you may need to prepare for it. Say you're needing to move to a new place of residence, or you're just going to. You need to pack. You need to maybe get ready for that opportunity being acquired. You maybe need to acquire that situation. Regardless of what it ends up being for you, it almost feels like you're tying up loose ends with an expected or maybe even partially unexpected Tower moment that lies ahead. It's like you know it all, but you don't. I don't know why I'm getting that message, because it's this feeling of you really having a good head on your shoulders and being very intuitive and very informed from the past and from spirit, even currently throughout this week. But you, my friends, still don't know it all, which is very interesting, having the Two of Swords in reverse, because, it could be held up in the upright, talking about what you don't see, maybe being a little bit guarded, a bit fearful of the future. Interesting added on points. But in the reversal, okay, so I guess we could put it, in the sideways position. But in reverse, the Two of Swords is saying you do see the way, more than you maybe give yourself credit for or remember at times. You see the way more than people know, but then in other ways, they do think you see the way, if that makes sense. It's this almost seeing but not seeing, knowing but not knowing, or at least not fully. People see you as somebody who knows and understands this, but then you more so know and understand this, or you don't understand it as fully as they think, but you're wise and informed otherwise. I hope that makes sense. Um, but they're saying in the midst of your knowing, in the midst of your experience under your belt behind you, and all that you're even more so experiencing and putting under your belt, it gives you great power throughout the week. It gives you great peace. Where there's power, there should be peace for you, Libra. Where there's peace, there should be power. And all the meanwhile, there should be loving on yourself and, taking care of business and redeveloping that balance in the midst of all of which. There's going to be, I'm getting very randomly, there's somebody that you find attractive online, whether you're just randomly stumbling upon them or you have seen them before and they're popping up in your week again. There's something significant about the way that they simply carry themselves and they don't force it. And then people find them attractive, including you. Now, this may not be the typical type of person that you're attracted to, but oh boy, you are attracted to them in a very, I know this would never happen kind of light. It's, social media or whatever. And Spirit's saying there's more to take from this than you think. It's almost as if, say there could be benefits like, just being attracted to somebody or feeling something in a certain kind of way stems from you stumbling upon the same person or account or type of post over and over and over, even with space in between. But it seems to be a week where Spirit's saying there's certain things popping back up in a repetitive sense that really have deeper meaning. All right, okay, maybe you're meant to feel that way. Maybe you're meant to see this person again for another reason or two or that account. But then, like I was saying, there's something more to it. The Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, because my friend, there's something about you having a lot going on, a lot in your mind, a lot to contemplate, process, change, adjust, maybe pack up. There's a feeling of you having a lot on your plate more because of obligations, success, responsibilities playing into it. More money is going to come from that. More happiness, more light is going to shine because of that. There's a real reminder as well, Libra. The ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. We're going to put this in the middle because it does feel like, again, there's a lot taking place. The Ace of Pentacles, because they're saying where there's new money, new chances to succeed, new success in general, there's peace. Any situation that leaves you without a full amount of peace or minimalizes it way too often, that's not yours to keep, carrying forward. So think about change for the future, okay? But where there's a reminder that you have the ball in your court, that should create ultimate peace, my friend, okay? Where there's new money, I feel like that automatically gives you a sense of ease and comfort, that stability that you truly deserve. But the Three of Wands, because we're really pushing you to look forward, expect the best, and know for a fact that there's peace ahead for you more than ever because of your choices, because of change and development within your life and within you. But there's a sense of you needing to even create, manifest more peace, more expected and unexpected in such a balanced way. Another ace, so new energy now and more so moving forward. They're telling you that you have a lot of magical new beginnings ahead, again, both expected and unexpected. But this is a week where they're saying wave your magical Libran wand and manifest what you desire. Change what you know needs to be changed. Make it happen. As a Libra, you can do that. You know this. You need to remember this, and people will realize this and remember this about you as well. You're a boss. It's just within your Libran energy, your nature, who you are on a natural core basis. But the Four of Wands, because it is a week where Spirit's saying things are very much in a structured but flowing way falling into place for you, but it doesn't always seem like that, but it's not always meant to seem like that. It feels like Spirit is saying things when it comes to your physical temple, when it comes to your energy, those aspects of your being are also falling into place. As you're going to be looking and feeling better by the end of the week, you're going to be you're feeling at ease in regards to how things are progressing, and that feels like a gift in and of itself of such necessity. But let's pull the Knight of Cups. Somebody's attracting in a new soulmate of importance, maybe multiple. They're reminding you that just because you have the qualities and way of being to attract, and even the spirituality to attract in multiple options, not just pertaining to love and whatnot, but just because you do doesn't mean that you need to accept all these options, opportunities. Pick and choose, my friend. I'm sorry, but you're going to end up being a heartbreaker. You're going to end up being somebody who has to churn down opportunities at times left and right because you have so many to choose from, period. But they're saying that we're preparing you for a leap of faith that's going to benefit you greatly. And the Lover's card, because yeah, again, it's a week full of different levels, different forms of love. While they're saying your choices, my friend, are adding up. Please trust yourself, trust your path, trust the mystery, and recognize that this peaceful, powerful, self-love filled week will change your life for the better. All right? So I hope these messages for this upcoming week were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye, Libra.